All right, but thanks for joining in. Thanks for joining in. Oh, I'm not. Well, it depends on who you're talking about. I guess it's some people would consider Sony more important than myself. It's yeah. You've been at the Dev Talk I've done after right after the playtest in April, right? Superman. I do remember you being there and asking a ton of questions. Again, as a disclaimer, I will try to answer every questions you might have. I might miss a few. Don't hesitate to write them again. Oh, some people just came in to hear me talk and then left. How sad. All right. Yes, very important question. Just no, definitely not. I have two kids, so not very pertinent question there. Obviously not. We're starting on the right foot. A couple of things have already happened following the test. We were quite quick on trying things in terms of balance. We've already, during the test, we've changed the damage of Liquidator's Mine. We kind of trying to bet to get him back into, I wouldn't say back into the meta, but back into the pick rate. So adding more utility to his mines. So we changed to 10 to 20 damage. We also changed yeah, Cyclops is laser now burns a little bit of energy uh, from uh, from the enforcers based on the number of charge. So that's right now. That's already two things we've done uh, in the um, in the past 24 hours. Retro in the terms of the quantity of characters we are aiming for at launch is the quantity we have right now. So we're not looking into adding more characters until launch. The window is closing. Launch is really close. What we want to push in the game for launch will be a fourth map and a ton of features. And most importantly, polish. You've seen a couple of bugs here and there. We cannot have any bugs when we launch. So it's going to be a lot of polishing in the next month. We don't have a release date yet. Hopefully, fingers crossed, um, early July we should be able to settle on that because I really need to get working on the release, and that requires a date. Yes, definitely before PAX. Definitely, if we miss launching this summer, it's gonna be a catastrophe. We'll try to find something else to do, maybe release even later. We cannot release in fall. We cannot release in fall. It's a worst time to release our kind of game into the market. So we'll be releasing either in July or August. That's absolutely certain. What though is looking more like August now. Right now, Zing Bing, we're really, I'd say we're really flexible on changing characters' abilities if we feel that they're not doing what they should. We already done a lot of tweaks to Liquidator before the test, and now probably after that test, we're still gonna look at his ability and see how we can be more more useful, more easier to play, and more effective. We are really initially his tracker shot worked very differently. It didn't split and it did damage. Now it doesn't do damage, but it splits to the two other allies. So we're very open to changing abilities if they are not working. Right now, we're looking at ways to kind of change a little bit what Cyclops is bringing to the game. I think burning a part of the energy of the Enforcer will fix a couple of our problems. We're also looking at maybe changing how um, the Tinker's jump pad can be countered. Maybe they can be punched down for that test. They couldn't be destroyed by other things than glitch. But we're seriously thinking on making them punchable, so destroyable by any Workonic. We have not settled on an anti-cheat right now. I think it's not that complicated to implement, so it's not our top priority. Right now, our priority is making the port. It doesn't sound stupid because we're making on the game on PC and then porting it on Xbox. But what's more pressing right now is really the Xbox One version because we have to go through certifications and we don't need an anti-cheat on Xbox. So that's why anti-cheat has been put later in the schedule. But of course, we're not launching our kind of game um, without an NG cheat. Right now, the state of the other platforms, the build on Xbox One is almost ready for certification, so almost ready to be run through by Xbox and kind of get the green light. In terms of Switch, it's barely started. So we're a little bit late on our Nintendo Switch schedule. I still, fingers crossed, hoping for the same. We have not started Linux and Mac, but that's really short to do. So that's gonna be real last minute builds. By iOS, Superman, I hope you don't mean mobile. We're not making mobile. So if you meant Mac, yes, Mac will be done on launch. In terms of game mode retro, we're really focusing on the game mode you actually play during the test. This is really core. This is Aftercharge. That's how our game is different from others, and so this is really our focus. If we are to introduce other game modes later, we'll be very careful with that because we don't want to split the player base. That's very important for us. Games like Overwatch and Team Fortress do have the flexibility to add game modes because they have so much players. So we'll be very careful with that. But if we do, it's probably not going to be permanent. We're probably gonna try them out during short events like seasonal events, just a little bit like Overwatch is doing. Yes, Shifty. I know. Beginners usually complain. We've seen a lot of complaints from beginners about pushing the dead Warconics. But trust me, when you play just a little bit of the game and you understand the strength of the Warconics, it's impossible to remove that. It's really feature now as an enforcer. If you don't add that way to control the battle by pushing and controlling where you want your dead robots to be, it's barely possible to win. So we're keeping that. We're open to tweaking the ability itself, like maybe making it even slower when you push more conics around, all these sort of things, but it's not going to be removed entirely. Yeah, yes. Striker spamming airstrike is something that, again, we don't feel it's unbalanced. I think people are just not aware of how to deal with that. A little bit like when I use a lot of Overwatch comparison because I've played a lot of Overwatch. A little bit like when Bastion, when the game was first released and Bastion was there, it sounded overpowered, but you just need to know how to deal with that. So when Striker is spamming airstrike, well, there are two reasons to that. Maybe he has a recharge station close by, so he can destroy it to reduce his income in energy, or maybe the last remaining extractor is full of energy, and that is your mistake as a Workonic. You need to kind of have all the extractors damaged kind of evenly during the game. And now we have introduced Buddy, who is actually designed to prevent any situation where you cannot get in because of airstrike, because you are invincible. So you can get in and revive your ally and get out. We're not touching that elevator music when the Workonics are dead. Uh, we bought that music, so it's staying. We really really like the idea of having a music when you're down, especially since we added that when you're an enforcer close to a dead Workonic, you're gonna hear that music. That's really funny. So we were thinking of maybe letting players kind of customize, like offering a choice of musics that you can kind of pick from. Uh, of course, that would probably be post launch, but that's not a big feature. It's kind of easy to put in there. So expect it kind of quick after launch, because now we're adding emotes. So yeah, characters having animations and showing off on the enforcer side. So we'll need something for the Workonic. So it's gonna be kind of a way to taunt enemy characters, but with music or sounds. Yes, at launch, Alex, we will have a mode where you play against bots. So that will allow you to, and our bots, to be honest, I don't know how good they will be. They will probably be kind of bad. So they'll be really like test dummies, so you can practice your abilities and stuff. No, we cannot have like community make our cosmetic and characters and stuff like that. It's gonna be really hard to manage like a Steamworks store. If you're referencing Steamworks, that works fine in Steam, but you gotta keep in mind that our game will be. We need the game to be exactly the same on all the three platforms. So if we take the input of the community on skins and stuff like that, it will be ideas, but we will be making the skins ourselves. We're we're keeping the artistic control over there. I know it's not a matter that not wanting to have bots that are difficult zero. It's just because it's really hard to make good AI. We have one. I mean, if you look at big studios, they have a lot of people working on AI. We have one person doing that very amongst a lot of other things. Yeah, Bronze is just that she's an artist and she made her own. So we're not required. Chainsaw Awesome Games employees are not required to use the profile picture that was provided. Yes, there will be a quick play and the competitive mode. Right now, our plan it has shifted a little bit. Our plan is to launch with only quick play for like maybe a week or 2 week, just to get to let people practice and get better, and also make sure that everyone is in the same player pool, and then release our competitive mode with MMR and stuff like that. Uh, and all the differences, well, of course there will be differences when we're playing with the controller versus keyboard and mouse. We feel like our game is going to make the difference between the two a little bit less of an issue, because there is less critical aiming in our game. Half of the characters don't shoot. The Workonics do not shoot, so you don't need precision that a mouse and keyboard can provide. And also there are no headshots and stuff like that. So we feel like it's gonna be less of a problem. But of course, very skilled players are probably gonna be more like PC players playing mouse and keyboard. That's what we expect. But as a console player, you will have the option to disable matchmaking with PC players. So if you feel you're not able to compete on the same level, well, you can disable it. Yeah, then you can use keyboard and mouse on the consoles. Maybe what we could have in competitive mode, that's an option, is have a very separate pool from players playing with keyboards and mouse and players playing a controller. Right now, Yamato, we're not sure. We've looked into that. JS is looking into that. We thought it was impossible, but people told us other games did it to group up across platforms. So I know we're looking into it, but I don't know how far we are into the looking. It sounded very complicated, so I would not guarantee it for launch because we have a ton of things that are priority to that. But eventually we would love that, so people could play from like a Nintendo Switch playing with a friend that's on Xbox One and a friend that's on PC, like the ultimate mix. Um, but like I'm not sure how it's and when it's gonna happen. Yeah, it doesn't have the rich presence and stuff like that on Xbox One right now, but I'm guessing that's must be on its way. No, it won't be possible to use the same account on PC and console. You're gonna have to have a separate account. So you have to make a choice. Will you want to play it on PC or play it on Xbox One or Nintendo Switch? Yeah, I would guess so. That zero that they're working on something like that. It would make a ton of sense. That's not true, Superman, for secret reasons. We will have a much bigger player base on Xbox One than the two other platforms, like 6 times. In terms of feature for the beta, I don't know. Right now, Hell Dwarf, since we're not even sure when we're gonna be doing um, we're gonna be doing that beta. So it's gonna be mostly polish and hopefully hopefully a fourth map. But that if the artist would hear me right now, they would freak out. We're not really sure if we can make a fourth map, but I do hope so. Right now, Vorgen, we have barely started on the port on Switch. We're late, um, but we have friends who've ported their game on Nintendo Switch, so we know where to get the knowledge. So we're confident, but like the online part of Nintendo Switch is gonna be the hardest. No Zero, we're really trying hard to get the fourth map in. I'm always taking community suggestions for maps and characters. Will they come to life at some point? Maybe. When? That's the big question because we already have a couple of ideas in mind. But to be honest, for the fourth map, we have no idea. We don't have a gray box land. We have we have received a ton of cool community ideas, and we'll take them into account. Retro. So who do I main? Well, it depends on the two sides. I mostly mostly play striker or well, now I play tinker. Right? I forget about tinker. Now I play tinker all the time, playing enforcers. And on the Warconics, I prefer Cyclops because he's badass and really, really more useful than people actually know. And Turbo would be my second. Nosing Bing, that's something that we're really clear on. It's gonna stay 3v3 all the time. So we'll want small maps with short rounds and stuff like that. Who's the best player at Chainsaw Some Games of Aftercharge? It's rough. I would have to say Red, because he's the best at the games because he's thinking of all the things in the game. He's the game designer and usually is the best at all the games he's making. So I will have to go with M. I would put myself humbly at the second spot. Oh, that is pretentious. I would put myself at second spot, and then Slayer and Ollie are really, really good. I would place them like third, fourth. Ah, it's not true. I'm second. Yeah, it's like Slayer is really mastering his airstrike with the striker. Is being very dangerous with that. Hey, bronze. So every idea that's game designing is all red chainsaw. Every he does the thinking. We there's a lot of decisions that we take as a team, but the idea is from everything that's game design comes from him, and then we talk about it. We suggest things to add on top of that, but the basic ideas, the core design, is all comes from him. Vorgan, do you mean you want to change your option settings without having the servers on? Why would you want to do that? You want to prepare for the beta weekend? Oh, well, no, I don't think so because you need to connect to a server like to access the game. Most of the game lives on the servers, so you need connection at some point. You know what, Eldor? If you know how I'm doing the entire lore, I have no idea. I guess Tinker worked on Workonic technology since she's an inventor. But I would say let's say she worked on Glitch, the prototype. If we're looking for Chainsaw employees, not at the moment. Bronze, like, is the team ever gonna grow? Most probably. If Aftercharge performs as well as I would like, and we would hope so, we will need to grow a little bit. Not too big though. We don't want to be like a huge studio like ever. Yeah, go ahead, Goal. This is the story of Tinker. She helped create the prototype of the Workonics. Glitch. What if I well if I gained 50,000 players like on launch, so each of them bought a copy, it would mean a ton of money there. So we would be first. We will be very happy, and I would really kick the esports scene as much as I can because I think this is where the game is gonna drive, and it's a great way to have player retention without actual player progression in game. So people play the game because they want to get better because there's so much competitivity and stuff like that. But yeah, for beta, we should have we will be massively distributing keys with the partnership with Alienware. So we should have 20,000 more keys out and given to we consider quality testers because these people are subscribed to Alienware 20,000, yeah, to Alienware like website, and like I can kind of be sure that they're gamers and they're invested gamers. So chances are a good percentage of these 20,000 will actually be playing during the playtest. I gotta say, Aldwarf, with a bit of sadness that the best event in terms of player level wasn't the last one. The player count was a little bit low, lower than my expectations. To be honest, people had fun, but there were less people. But yeah, I would say that the biggest test we had was on April 14th in terms of um, retention and numbers of players who actually played. Um, no, the test keys that you got are only for tests, so you can play. You could have played last Saturday. Next option will be for the beta weekend this in July. Yeah, go ahead, goal. She worked on glitch, the Workonic prototype. It didn't work well. It's glitchy. Yeah, yeah. To my criterias are best playtest was number four. Uh, we had more activity on streaming platforms. The one in Saturday, last Saturday, we got some good numbers on Twitch and Mixer. Really happy about that. But in terms of raw amount of players playing, it was a bit low. We had 530 total unique players. I think it's half than what we had at the last playtest. But people stayed longer and played more, so engagement was much better. Oh, that's a cool story, Eldor. If you want the game design story, or you want some more lore? Well, I'm there. I cannot build all the lore on the go, but I can give you the game design story about that. Initially, Glitch's ability wasn't that at all. It wasn't made to destroy electronics. It was an AOE pushback that would burn energy. But we felt at the time that it looked a little bit too much like a punch, so it didn't feel that useful. And for that reason, his ability was the character was not liked. People didn't like playing Glitch at all because like it was more designed to be like an offensive attacking enforcer kind of Workonic. But in the end, we do not want Workonics to attack enforcers directly and confront them. So we had to scrap that ability entirely. And we at that moment we had just introduced Builder to the game. So and he really needed a counter. So we needed to so at that same moment where we found out that this ability wasn't working, we needed a new ability to counter builder. So that's how Glitch's ability changed entirely. Where do I see the game by the end of Q4? So by the end of 2018, um, I really hope, like, there's an off chance that the game will be on its slope down by already at that moment if it doesn't work as well as we would expect. But if it works as well as we would expect, I don't want to call exactly what kind of content we'll have put in the game because it will depend on what people are asking for. So I cannot say like we'll have 4 new characters and 2 new maps because maybe people don't care about the maps and they just want characters. So maybe we'll have 3 more characters on each side by the end of Q4. That is all to be defined. But by the end of Q4, if everything goes well, we'll have more content and we probably will have a little seasonal event around the Christmas season. But because we do want to have seasonal events, they they have proven themselves to be really useful tool in marketing and and giving reasons for your players to come back and yes monetize as well. We kind of need um, we need money as well. Yeah, like adding Christmas hat to all of our characters wouldn't cost much and it would be funny. Maybe an exclusive skin for that season. By the way, I think it would be a great time to announce something that we've decided to like 3 or 4 days ago. It's not going to be all that we'll be giving, but for people who participated in testing, it's not a big announcement. It's not a big announcement. Calm down. Calm down. Um, you guys were asking for like a specific skin. We do have one skin, one bubbles skin that was kind of scrapped because we didn't want to keep it as a legendary skin that people would purchase. So, but it was already done, so it's already like design and stuff. So that skin, uh, if I have it, hold on a second. Do I have it? Do I have broken bubbles somewhere? Hold on. I wasn't like prepared for the reveal of broken bubble. Like I don't have it. Um, but I'll find it. It's gonna be a nice thing to put in the feed soon. So yeah, so that's a skin that well we were headed to not put in the game at all. So I said I vouched for you guys. I vouched for you guys. I said if we're not to put the skin in the game, why not give it to for free to our testers? So that will be it. Probably only I'll see if we'll only give them to our alpha testers, so people that join before the beta. Let's see. So all of you guys. Oh, that's gonna be really easy. Zingbing will probably just give it give it to all the attendants um, at the beta weekend, and then after that we revoke all the keys. So we know what which ID connected to the game. So if you participated in a beta weekend, you, for example, you could get that skin, and then after that we revoke the keys. So you're we'll be removing Aftercharge from your library. Um, Not really, Alex. We had ideas that didn't make the cut, but they were like just ideas that we didn't follow through. One of them, it was we don't have we didn't really design all the visibilities, but we really wanted to have a melee enforcer, some kind of like ninja or something that would be a melee enforcer. But we wrestled with it and we found kind of no way um, to make it work with our mechanic. No, zero. That would probably it's gonna be really hard to make it work cross platforms. Probably gonna be PC only because we have your Steam ID. But I guess something could be arranged because I will have access to that database. So if you get in touch with me and I know that you've played, I can unlock that for you, I guess. Yeah, but we will. That's something that I can also. Yeah, I will have a lot of game master powers. I will be able to give and take away currency and skins and stuff and experience and ban people. Yeah, I want to abuse maybe that. But yeah, we will be removing Aftercharge from your library after the beta weekend. But we will need your help once that is done. We will need everyone to go and wishlist Aftercharge the very second we remove it from your library, because the wishlist number is really important in Steam. It's really a way for Steam to kind of evaluate the hype. So since now you have Aftercharge in your library, you cannot wishlist it. No, I'm not answering that. Come on, you don't want me to pick side. So yeah, probably after the beta weekend, I'll organize like a wish list marathon, and we'll try to get our wish list number through the roof. We would need like 50K wish lists, which is a ton. But it doesn't cost anything. You can ask any of your friends to go wish list Aftercharge just for me. How much coffee I had today? I had three. Basic day. Day of three coffee. Well, right now the hype train is for the beta weekend, but after that, after the beta weekend is done and we're on our very last push for launch, yes, we will need to activate the full power of the hype train because now we'll be at the moment that we will need to prepare for launch and sell copies. Now, a lot of people were asking that Easter eggs are fun, um, but like we're we're crunching it these days. We're very short on schedule, short on time to push something that's polished enough with enough features that people are expecting. So we are really not wasting a minute on anything. So maybe Easter eggs, like I see something that could happen, have Easter eggs on future map, or again I revive the idea that I think it's still really cool is that when our competitive seasons are done and we have competitive seasons of Aftercharge League and we have a winning team of Aftercharge League, we could add their names to one of the map, like for example, written in the rock of quarry or spray painted in refinery at some point. So it's kind of an Easter egg to reward the winners of the Aftercharge League for each season or something when we get there. Oh, the obsidian skin. You saw that. So that's a skin that's black, and it's gonna be unlockable by playing a ton. I did. I showed that. Did I? Oops. It's not one of the legendary skins that you'll purchase. It's a skin that will require a lot of playing. Well, I didn't remember that. Like we know that unlocking stuff randomly can be a little bit annoying, but we need to have you guys unlock stuff because it's fun, and we don't have a lot of stuff. So making it random is simpler, but the obsidian skin it won't be random. It's just gonna be after an amount of time played or games won. I don't know, but it's gonna be a set time. No, Shifty. The blue, red, white skins that are in there will all be unlockable. They're not gonna be chum mod and stuff only. There's kind of yeah, you guys have to understand there's a limit to what I can allow to be only Discord related. Because right now we have most of our players are on this Discord because you're the most engaged and you're participating in an alpha. But even at the beta, I do not expect to have the 20,000 people in there. Uh, they're going to be slightly less engaged. It's a beta. And when we launch, we won't have all of our players in the Discord. We'll try, but most people will just log in and play it. So, uh, yeah, Yamato, there will be no dupes, so you won't get duplicates. So at some point, yes, you will have unlocked everything, but we hope that before you get there or shortly after you get there, we'll have a new character or a new skin to put in there, so it's gonna add up to the list. Oh, don't have the Discord link with the wiki. I don't think people will find the game through the wiki. It's not really an acquisition tool, so mostly people who will get in the wiki are already on the Discord or already um, following us on Twitter. No, my favorite bug is really the new one that's already fixed, being bubbles physics all broken. It was kind of funny because you could push enforcers around and having them clip through things because Red really broke the physics and forgot about bubbles, but that's already fixed. That's that is a that's a great idea, goal. Yeah, I don't know, Frosty. I don't think we've got a lot of reports on that bug. I know you shared this image with me before, but it's a one instance thing, and yeah, we don't know what caused it. Yeah, let's use it as meme material. I have no idea how that UI blown up. I I gotta say I thought the event was really good because that's something that people shared. Um, the experience of looking at that screen and saying there's a missing T there. But I think I don't remember who posted that in Chums. But the ballerina turbo dodging airstrike bullets was really funny. I'd have to find it again. I really love aftercharge focused memes because at some point, if you get memes, it means that you have inside jokes, and when you have inside jokes, that means that you have a community. So in some way, in some way, okay, don't exaggerate that. In some way, if you get memes related to your game, that means that your game has some kind of success. So it's a way to see if my yes, that one. It's kind of a way for me to measure the success of our community. Crazy, but memes, they kind of tell you that your community has inside jokes. That's a good sign when you're community building. So it's funny because you get the joke. If you show that to anyone who has never played Aftercharge, they're gonna be, "What the hell is this?" What's an Aftercharge? Oh, why? Why does he give invincibility? I guess it had to be useful and on on the construction fields to make extractors. I I have no idea. I'll make a nice bio for Buddy at some other point. But I guess he used this kind of protection to protect other Warconics from getting crushed by material or something. I don't know. Yeah, let me think about it. Okay. The lore doesn't always make sense because I'm the one making it. And in priority it's game design, then it's art, and then it's does it make sense? It comes third. I will try to keep the dev talk for after the release. I think they will be even more pertinent after the game release because there will be more people listening to it, hopefully, and we'll have more things to talk about, like all the small tweaks that we'll be doing. Right now, we tweak the game very hard often, so that's hard for me to keep track. But once the game will be released on PC, Xbox One, and Nintendo Switch, we will update it at the at the pace that consoles allow us. So it's we won't have updates every day. Even if we could do that on Steam. But updates will probably come like on a 2 weeks basis. So I'll have to update you on what's coming, and then I'll probably have a complete list coming from everybody on what things have changed. So I will be able to kind of discuss those things with you, and yeah, it's gonna be cool. At some point, we'll probably have a moment in the week, like an afternoon or something, that's gonna be the maintenance, and I could use that time to talk with you guys and update you on what's coming. Yeah, a goal. I will have to ask Aldi. He's the one who made these top-down views of the maps. I've never seen a top-down view of Glacier, so I will have to have him do it. Yeah, it didn't seem hard at all, but I don't have, yeah, no matter what, I don't program the game, so I don't even have Unity on my computer. I don't know. I don't know. If you're out of question, it could be okay. If you don't get all of us a poutine, we'll get you a poutine if you come to Quebec City. What's my opinion on mushrooms in general? Mushrooms are they're okay. I don't like the texture much, but the taste is good. No, no, you won't get a poutine at PAX. We won't be in Canada. We won't be in Quebec. That poutine would suck. Yeah, I'm open to answering any kind of question retro. So if people want to know if I like mushrooms, I'm good with that. Yeah, don't worry, Zingbing. I'll go through it with. We're a 9 people team. We have 4 programmers. Red is the one taking care of all the game design and the game programming. We have JS, who is a technical director, so he's pretty much touching everything in terms of programming, what he's doing, like UI, backend, tools, and stuff. We have Pack, who is doing all the backend server wizardry that I don't understand at all. Mazog is working on the ports. He's really our port master. He's been hired specifically to work on the ports. So to make the Xbox One port, and then we'll be jumping on the Nintendo Switch port. And our artists, we have 3 of them. We have Blue Chainsaw, who she is our art director. So she pretty much draws everything that's concept art. So the looks of all the characters and the maps, it's all hers. Oli Chainsaw is the one is a technical artist. So if you know a little bit about 3D, there's a lot of technicality behind 3D art. So all the rigging, animating, making the assets in 3D, stuff like that. He's doing all of that. And Yui is also she's also a 3D artist. She's doing a lot of props like in the maps and stuff. And right now she moved on the skins, so she's doing a lot of reskins of characters. Um, and they're awesome. Um, then we have Slayerson. He's our QA master, so he's testing the game like crazy. He's a very experienced guy doing QA, so he's good. He finds the right bugs, and he's gonna be helping me with technical support. And he's also doing um, a lot of grunt work related to certifications. And then there's myself. I do everything that's community marketing, a big chunk of the business development, and I talk to you guys. That's basically what I do. Right now, Boulder, the MMR that we had during the last test and the previous test, is all going to be reworked. It was really a placeholder because we feel that it gave kind of a purpose for players to play longer than just a few match. They wanted to get you MMR up. What we're aiming for is a system that looks a little bit like the system in Overwatch. We like it very much. So it goes from 0 to 5,000, and then there's a lot of parameters. You don't always lose the same amount or win the same amount. It depends on the MMR of your enemy team and your team, and etc. So it's gonna be a more complicated system than that. And yes, of course, you will be divided into ranks based on your MMR. I think it's called Elo. I've heard Pack say that once. What do you mean faux dwarf in terms of name? Because the highest rank will be in the 5,000. No, I don't know, but to be honest, I'm the kind of guy who really feels that you don't need to reinvent a lot of things. Sometimes it's better to have things that people are comfortable with and seen before, so they don't feel like alienated. So it's probably gonna be very basic. We'll be looking at bronze, silver, gold, platinum, maybe not diamond. I never really liked diamond as a rank. It doesn't really go on top of platinum. So we'll think of something. I just want it to be obvious that it's better than platinum, which is hard. So maybe we'll start with copper, bronze, silver, gold, platinum, super grandmaster stuff, mud. That would be so embarrassing. I'm mud. My ranking is 26 out of 5,000. I'm mud player. Yeah, we'll have seasons bolder. It makes sense so people can kind of try again and start anew. Yeah, I'd be open to have rust instead of mud. The idea there is just that I want it to be obvious. I don't want people wondering, is this higher than this other thing? Like, I don't want there to be any confusion possible. So, very obvious stuff. Yeah, you guys can brainstorm on these words there, but I don't feel like they are really really important, and I don't feel that's something that we need to innovate on. It's gonna be more confusing than anything. Yeah, that's actually a great idea, Frosty. So it starts rust, copper, bronze, silver, gold, platinum, Lawrence. Yeah, gold. I wouldn't be close to that idea. Wouldn't be bad. Have platinum and then guano or quantum. It would sound cool, but would it be obvious? I don't know. There's room for discussion there. What the hell is mithril? Is the Warhammer thing? It's a mineral. That would be obvious. Having our rank being chain, then saw, then all, then some, then chainsaw awesome, right? You know that you're in a higher rank because you're further in the word, right? It's great, great idea. We're brainstorming there. We got some great stuff. Yeah, champion would sound cool. Zern, right now we're not sure. There's discussion, and I wouldn't say debates, but we disagree internally on that. if it's going to be a 2 round most destroyed generators or a 4 round most destroyed generators. It depends on how long the rounds are. I would feel like only 2 rounds would make ties happen too often, and we don't want that at all. But 4 rounds might might be a bit long, because if the average match is like 4 minutes, then it's a total of 20 minutes. Not 20 minutes. What am I saying? 16 minutes. It cannot be an uneven number, guys. Has to be even. It has to be even. Yeah, you have to let the teams play the two sides. So it's either 2, 4, or God forbid 6. Yeah, no pun, none intended. Uh, no, Boulder, we really need the teams to be playing the two sides. It's our game is more asymmetrical than like Rainbow Six or Overwatch. You're playing a totally different game. We cannot have you just play like against another team and you play two times Workonics and only once Enforcer. It also makes it a lot easier for us to balance the game if we don't have to worry much about the balancing of the two sides. We have to make sure the balancing of each of the characters is good, but the balancing of the two sides, if every team is playing the two sides at least once, balancing is done. Not entirely. You get the point. Yeah, that also we're unsure, Zingbing. If like for example, we could have in quick play, that's the quick play could also work in the same fashion. So it would always be a set of 2 rounds. Of course, you'll get the VIP tour, Yamato. It's one room. It is one room. So the tour is really short. Yeah, when Zern in terms of running like live events and like tournaments like the one we did in Montreal, of course we'll go minimally 4 rounds, because it makes for a better show, and people have time to kind of understand what's going on. So the tournament we'll be running in Montreal for the DreamHack, it's whatever our competitive mode really is. What we'll have there is going to be a 4 rounds. Yeah, usually when I do the tour, I have people meet everyone, and then look at the dog, and then look at those 6 screens that Slayer has. Look, this is our refrigerator, and this is where I make my coffee. Pretty much the tour. Well, it isn't true anymore, Zero, but it was at one point. It was my coffee because no one else drank it. All right, so it's 10, it's 5 past 10. I'll take like two more questions. Let's say two more serious questions. Yeah, you have me, Zern. I'm your friend. Welcome to the friendship of Chainsaw Some Games. You can ask me anything in DM. I will answer that, and you get to know what's going on at Jade's Awesome Games. That doesn't mean I will answer, man, but I will definitely read the questions. That I can also kind of tease. Yeah. So you wanted to bring that to the table. I think it's a good moment because the dev talk is ending. Um, I will not sing goodbye. Never. Um, good thing to specify. I did tell it on the general, but now that you know, next week I'm going on vacation, so I will be off this Discord for 2 weeks. I hope you guys um behave. When I'm back, will be there will be a big rework on the roles in the Discord. Um, no one is going to be losing role, but we'll adding. Um, I'll be adding some roles like partners, but there'll be also ambassadors that people will get to apply for, and agents and stuff like that. I have a whole plan figured out, but I will not. I won't be rolling that before going to vacation because that wouldn't make sense. I'm going on vacation, so I won't have time to deal with all the questions. So once I get back, like early July, I'll get all of that in motion, and we will start working really hardcore on that beta weekend. Oh, I wish I was going somewhere. I think we'll be going like to Montreal and stuff, but ugh, that's gonna be all. Where we don't have like millions of money, and we have the two kids. They're still pretty young, so we can't really go that far. That'd be boring for them. So we'll be doing nice little activities as a family. Yeah, well, please do. If you ping me, um, mods, please don't ping me. Just send me a DM instead. If there's something that needs my immediate attention. No, Alex, it's the first time I talk about the ambassadors and the agents and the partners. It's gonna be a program people can apply for, and you'll get to apply. So the idea behind ambassadors is I know that some people are like feel left out because I'm building partnerships with content creators, and not every like important members of the community are content creators. Some people are just players and they're super engaged in Discord and stuff like that. And I do want to encourage that, but I cannot give like the same amount of visibility or whatever's to to people that are like not content creators. So people who apply to get the ambassador rank will get a couple of perks, and they will have their like super unique role, and perks inside the game and access to things like that. Um, but it won't be the same as partners. Partners will always be content creators. I'll tell you the same thing as I tell everybody: goal first step, learn French. All right, we work in French. We don't want someone who doesn't speak French. Keep working on your French. Yeah, well, we do talk it. All right, we speak it. Okay, last, very, very last question. Then I'm off. You're further along in learning Vulcan than French. I don't know which one is more useful. One random fact about me that is so random. Um, one random fact about me. Well, you know random facts about me already. I take the ferry every morning. I don't live on the right side of the river. I have two kids, a boy and a girl. I have my house. So, yeah, my daughter loves Princess Peach. Yeah, it's a good one. She loves princesses in general, but like I'm making her love Princess Peach. I do like Magic School Bus. Magic School Bus kicks ass. That's a nice that's a nice show to show your kids because it's fun and like they learn stuff. They learn really complicated stuff. I actually have never watched Curry in the House. It's I'm they don't we don't have that here in Quebec. All right. So I'll be off, guys. It's already 13 minutes past what I told myself would be the end. So, as always, thank you for taking the time to hear me talk. I hope it has been useful and you learn things. And also, the most important part of it is if you have follow up questions, you know where to find me. I'm always on the Discord. If I don't answer one of your pings, send me a DM and then I will answer you when I have time. All right. So, have a great evening, all of you. Have fun and go to
Bye,
sleep.
everyone.
Go to sleep, right?
It's only
Sleep.
quarter past three.
Go to sleep.